22nd of April 2026, and I've been doing travel plans. Where we're going after this, after Santiago. And I think next stop is Valparaiso and Viña del Mar for 4 or 5 days. And I've just bought a ticket for me and Dana to fly from Santiago after the trip to the coast back to Buenos Aires, which we need to do because our suitcase is there. Dana's cousin's been looking after that, bless her. She's had it for about 2 months now, so I'm sure she wants rid of it. The question for Santiago is with Buenos Aires, how long do we stay there for? It's very expensive. I don't know if you've been to Santiago, Buenos Aires recently, and if you haven't been, it's European prices, if not more. For a meal out for two, you're talking £50-60, yeah, minimum. So it's very expensive. Shopping in the supermarket is expensive. Rent's not too bad. Not too bad. You can find some decent apartments for £800-900 a month on Airbnb. But overall, it's expensive. However, it will be great to get some content. Dan will be able to get some great interviews there. So yeah, if she really, really wants to stay there a month, we will do. If she's happy to stay there 2 weeks, that works for me as well. The question is, what do we do after? We've got two options. I want to go to Paraguay at some point. It looks nice, it looks cheap, and it looks a good place to relax, get in shape, get back to the gym, focus on jiu-jitsu, and yeah, relax for much less money. I've seen some nice apartments on Airbnb, £800 for a nice big apartment with a nice desk, swimming pool, gym in the building, all the works. So I'm thinking go and watch the World Cup in Paraguay. The question is, how do we get there? We can either get a bus, overnight buses, and do various stops on the way through Argentina and Paraguay, or fly direct. The pros of flying direct, obviously it's quick, 2-hour flight, 3-hour flight, you're there, you're in, you're out, and you're sorted. The pros of the overnight buses are we get to see a lot more of the country. We get to travel more, we get to meet more people, we get to see more, we get to explore more, we get to see more of the places where most tourists wouldn't go. And we could get some good content. So I'm leaning towards that. But obviously with 2 big suitcases and a little suitcase, it's not going to be fun. Travelling around with all that stuff isn't fun. But if we can make it work, that's what I'm leaning towards. So yeah, I think Paraguay's next. And then at some point we have to go to Bolivia. We have to go to Peru. And we want to do a trip through Central America. We want to do Mexico. We want to do El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala. I really want to spend some time in the Caribbean. Dominican Republic is calling me. It really is. So at some point we're going there. But I think for now we're going to be sticking with Argentina and Paraguay. Then probably head up through Bolivia into Peru. Bolivia into Peru. Get Machu Picchu out of the way. Then probably Colombia for New Year and Christmas with Dana's family. And then leave some stuff at Dana's house and do the trip around Central America, around Mexico. Maybe go back there to Colombia, pick the stuff up, and then back to Brazil. I think at the minute Dana's a little bit homesick, and by homesick, I'm classing Brazil as her home. Rio de Janeiro, her home. We were there for 6 months, which isn't a long time, I'll admit, but we felt so at home there. My people in jiu-jitsu, amazing community, amazing society. We had amazing community we had there. She had some of her friends, various Colombians. She'd go out hiking with them. There's a girl called Liliana there, really nice girl from Bogota, and always up for doing like an adventure. Like, let's go to see this waterfall. Let's go see sunset at this place. Let's go do yoga here. Always doing stuff. Here, it's not been the same. She's been to a few yoga classes, but not really clicked with the people like she did in Brazil. And it's the same for me. Jiu-jitsu, I'm loving jiu-jitsu at the minute. Jiu-jitsu last night at, if you see the t-shirt, Roots Jiu-Jitsu. Very tough gym, very competitive gym, all competitors. The jiu-jitsu is excellent. We did some good rounds in 50-50, which was good for me because I got my brown belt in Brazil, where it was mostly gi, not much in the leg lock game going on there, mostly gi work. So to have this change has been fun for me. And I remember me and Deef, shout out to Deef, on some open mats back in Sheffield when we were both a little injured, going through some footlock stuff from 50-50, and it really worked yesterday. It earned its keep. That time I was rewarded with it yesterday. It was great. So yeah, I've got another 2 weeks in Santiago training there. But yeah, the point I'm trying to make is, in Brazil, the people from Jiu-Jitsu, we were going out, acai after Jiu-Jitsu every Friday. Me, Moreno, go up mountains, Bruno, like a great group of people, going to the beach on Saturdays. And we'd do a lot more socially. Here, there's a guy called Martin, really nice guy, good at Jiu-Jitsu as well, tough guy, big guy, really tough guy. And he's probably the only one I've really clicked with and spoke to outside of Jiu-Jitsu, if this makes sense. Not that anyone's not nice, but it's just much more of a... I've heard this before, a bit more of like a closed society, a bit more of a European style of making friends. For example, when Dana lived in Barcelona, she has about 3 or 4 friends from Barcelona, but she'd never be presented to other friends through them, if that makes sense. And they'd be, oh, me and some friends are going out, let's all go. Whereas in Brazil, I went to Jiu-Jitsu, met Bruno, a guy called Bruno. He spoke English, Spanish and Portuguese, being a Brazilian guy. He invited me to his birthday barbecue. So we went to his birthday barbecue. There we met some Colombians. These Colombians invited us out. We went down to one of their houses and we had like a pizza and some music, karaoke. It was a really good night. And there was other Colombians, we met them. Then we should go out with all them. Then we'd do a Colombian event where they light the candles for good luck right just before Christmas. We had a big group of Colombians went through them. Then you'd meet another one, and it would just grow like that. We'd go up a mountain, Moreno would come out. It's just a different thing to here. Very different environment. Not criticising, just saying what it is. I think Brazil, Dana especially, felt much more at home there. And once we've finished getting all the content we want to film and getting all the interviews we want to get and all the travelling we want to do, I think Brazil is the long-term place for us. Rio de Janeiro, we loved it. We had like an apartment with a nice view. Our landlord was amazing as well, such a great guy. Didn't charge us a very fair rate, very reasonable. Obviously we paid on time, but if we had any issues, the air conditioning didn't work, for example, got it sorted like that. I helped him out a bit as well. I was a great tenant, he was a great landlord. So we got there, the apartment was great, 2 beds, spacious, very nice, old style, but beautiful. So yeah, I think we're going to be going back there. But eventually I'd like to buy a place there, I think, get my own place and do it how I want to do it, get it my style. But the one thing in Rio, which I miss from places like Medellin, is a view. I miss the balcony, you know. Sitting on the balcony, working there, amazing view, nice fresh air. So that's one thing that's calling me in Medellin right now. But right now, I don't think Medellin is expensive, I'm not going to swear. Very expensive. So, yeah, probably to the point where it's not worth it. It's overpriced. And I love Medellin. It's one of my favourite cities in the world, but it's looking very overpriced right now. So we'll see. I'm going to leave that there for now. And I'll do another one tomorrow. Alright, I'm off. Bye.